All right, welcome back, my dear student. So now we know how to display users or get information and select data from our table, right, in our database. And we can even pass in data to our view and all that great stuff. Now it's time for us to actually learn how to insert data into our table in our database. So here in the users controllers, right, what we're going to do is we're going to create a method that is going to be able to do that. So let's say insert, let's call this method insert. And here what I want to insert is some information. All right, so when we visit this controller, all right, it's going to be inserting some information. Right now we're going to be using static uh, strings, right? But later on we're going to be using information from a form to log in and do other things with it, right? So right now what I want to do is I want to say this the actually let's create a model for this. Let's go to our user underscore model, and let's just call this, let's create this model because this is the way to do it. And let's call this create users. All right, perfect. And here we're just gonna say this db insert. All right, we're gonna come to this in a minute. All right, but first let's go to the model controller right here, and let's actually take this information there. Let's just say this underscore user model insert actually is called create users right here. Create users, and we're gonna pass in an associative array inside here to create users. All right, so we have this code right here. Is not doing anything right now. It will in a minute. This is a default. This is the insert syntax that we use to insert information to the database. We call it Igniter. This is the object, and this is the method insert. All right, so remember that we're using this object because we are loading this, auto loading this from the autoload.php, the library database. All right, that is where we get that object, and this is where we get this insert method also. All right, but anyway, let's go to our users controller here, and what I want to pass in is the username, and we're gonna do this as an associative array, and the username is gonna be Peter. All right, actually I'm gonna use single quotes, so it's gonna be Peter, and it could be also a variable. So let's actually make it a variable, that way you can see it. One open, that would be nice. All right, and let's go to localhost ci, the index.php, which is the default for everything until we change it, and then users, and then let's find the name of our method controller is insert, I believe. Over our method inside our controller is insert, and enter. That supposedly added a user. Let's check it out. So we got our default users here that we have from the beginning, Rico and Suave, ID 1 and 2. Let's refresh and let's see. And now we got Peter and Secret. All right, that was very simple to insert data, right? This method create users to communicate with a database in the user model. All right, so just know that this is what we're doing. Again, this insert takes two parameters: the name of the table and the data that is going in there. All right, in the next lecture we'll check how update works and then delete. Take care, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.